Speak then of how you came to this place of safety, Rivendell, the last homely house east of the sea. But speak swiftly, before the shadows deepen. From where did your road lead?
Welcome everyone, this is Pilot Needles, and today we are starting a new series, Lore of the Shadows, where I will be taking a lore master through the new Before the Shadow content. Now, I am here at the very beginning of the new tutorial here at Mossward, and before we continue, I need to do a little bit of cleanup in my UI so that everything will look a little bit nicer. There we go. This looks much nicer. I have my friend of bears right over here. Now, unfortunately, the bear is pretty large at the moment. I may have to do something about that, but that will be for later. It looks like Bivon must...
Welcome to Mossward, traveler.
Hello there. Bevan here apparently wants to talk to me. I can see from the road dust on your clothes that you have traveled a great distance to be here, and so long as you cause no trouble for my folk, you're welcome to stay. It takes a hardy sort to make a living here on the edge of the wild, and the folk of the Mossward will gladly put you to work if you're willing. I think you'll find the people here to be friendly and welcoming, if you treat them kindly. Right. And so we have, you can move forward by pressing W, so it talks about the keys. This is the tutorial, the new tutorial that we have. So of course there are a number of tutorial things that we'll be running into here. So talk to Gerald by the fountain in the town square.
I see Geralt is out and about. Why not introduce yourself to him?
Alright, I guess I'll have to do that. Apparently, I should make sure I stay around before I go and leave them be. Gerald, I hope you don't mind me staring. We don't see many adventurers in these parts. The nearest we usually see is that of Meneldir. Says that he's a ranger, but it seems to me that's just an excuse for having dirt on his clothes and disappearing into the wild at all hours. But anyways, Mossward is a quiet village, always has been. Cause no trouble and you can stay as you like. But first things first, you should pay a visit to the blacksmith, Scardy Benblade. He'll clean and fix you up your gear for you. His shop is just up those steps. Look for the sign with the anvil on it. So enter the Mossward blacksmith shop in the southeast of the fountain. And it says to right click on doors to open them. So if you don't know how, it's like...
The blacksmith shop is right there, up those steps.
Right, so let's go up here and blacksmith shop. Oh, I guess... I don't like having the floating names. I know most people like floating names on there. I prefer to have them off. Let's go inside. What I also don't like is having to deal with a bear that's bigger than I am. But I don't get the links for quite a number of levels.
Oh, who's this?
Hello. You're an adventurer, I can tell. What brings you to Mossward? Before you can answer, the dwarf goes right on talking. This is a quiet village, and the folk here like it that way. I assume Bevan warned you not to disturb the peace? Of course he did. He says that to me every fortnight, as if I might summon a troop of rotting hordes from my homeland at any moment. If only I could. What did you say your name was? Oh, it's... Pinelore.
We don't see many adventurers in Mossward. I suppose Meneldir counts.
I am no adventurer, Scardy.
Well, what are you then?
I was a ranger. It is quite different.
Bah! You won't find a better smithy for miles around, friend. Put your gear on the counter, and I'll fix it up for you.
Alright, so we put the
Very good. Won't cost you anything, friend. Not this time, anyway.
Well, it gives you the idea of repairing weapons, I guess.
Here you go. It's important to have a fine weapon.
Now, it's interesting that they decided to give it to you via a backpack. I guess that's to pay homage to what they did back in the old tutorials where you picked up your first weapon from a backpack. So, let's open up the satchel. And that gives us a wood staff. And this is an upgrade from the one we were carrying before. Essentially, in this storyline, it's simply that's the same staff but repaired. Essentially, that he just gave us a better version of the same weapon that we're using. So don't tell me how we have the old weapon here. Don't ask. Maybe I had two ready staves with me. Just carrying around a bunch of equipment won't help you much in battle, as I am sure you know. You want to be sure to equip your weapon before you get into a fight. Well, I've already equipped it, so that's done. I sort of jumped the gun a little bit, so equip your weapon and talk to the ranger. The man leaning against the wall of the shop calls for your attention. Yeah? My friend Scardy speaks the truth. You do not want to stride in the battle without your weapon equipped, for that will do you little good at the bottom of your bags. He is right on this point as well. Mossward is a quiet village, and few adventurers come this way, let alone one who carries herself as you do. What road has brought you to Mossward on the border of Swampfleet, my friend? You share some of the features of the folk who live in the storm wells nearby, but I deem that you come not from their villages. Alright, so this is telling you then that, I suppose then that he has a different thing that he says for each of them, because the store vales, of course, are where the local hobbits live. You consider what should be said to your past to the curious stranger. Would you speak in your most un-hobbit-like desire to see distant lands and wander beyond the borders of the Shire, or of the dangers that even now encroach upon the land all free folk, compelling you to fight on behalf of those who cannot? Before you can choose the right words, Benito raises his palm.
I do not mean to pry. Your past is your own. My chieftain Strider always said...
Uh-oh.
What is that?
Sounds like an alarm.
The town bells. Something is amiss outside.
Follow me. Hurry.
Alright, let's go. We have arrived.
The town is afire. We are under attack.
Oh, now we get the fires right in the tutorial. Under attack? By whom? This smells like orcs to me, Panlor, but I can't understand it. Orcs haven't troubled these lands in many a year. Come with me and stay close. We will get to the bottom of this and save the town if we must. Alright, let's go.
Follow me.
As we go on here.
Look there. We found the villain.
Oh.
Show him no mercy.
Alright. So, let us go. Oh.
That's the way.
You can attack, please. Oh, I control lightning strike. Hey, tough foes that we've got here.
Well done, my friend.
Now, let's see. We
This
want
goblin could not have set so many fires alone.
assist mode. That means there's more than one.
There is trouble to the east, Meneldir. I need fighters.
My new friend here is capable and will provide the help you need.
Alright. I'm glad for any help that you can give me. Stay close.
But what will you do, Meneldir?
I I will circle around and search for the one who leads these goblins. Farewell for now.
Rangers. Follow me, my new friend. There will be fighting.
Rangers. Yeah, that sounds typical for Rangers.
Are we safe?
I would not count on it.
Oh.
What did I tell you?
And a little wind. This. Well, it takes about one rotation in which to kill them all, I guess. And of course, we also had her attacking it. Ooh, getting more efficient on there. That one no, only 2 skills. Well, that's because lightning strike's a pretty good one.
I see you met our new visitor. I like this one much more than these others.
Me too, Scardy. Come with us.
All right,
Look ahead. Those are not goblins. Uruks.
Uruks.
Tegwin.
I'm not afraid, Mother.
Not afraid? This rat hasn't heard of the fighting Urukai, boys! The machinery of war has been set in motion. The time of the Orc is at hand.
Great.
Mossward, attack!
Kill them all!
I guess we get the Uruk. Of course, this dread isn't helping my attacking skills any. Alright.
Are you all right, son?
If I had a better sword, I could have slain him myself.
Confidence.
I wasn't afraid.
Oh, Tegwin.
Thank you so much for saving our son from those horrible creatures. What were they? Some breed of orc? Why would they come to Mossward? We were most fortunate that you were here, stranger.
What do you make of this?
What do we make it? Oh, the White Hand. I'm sure we'll be seeing much more of that in the future. These Uruks have decorated their equipment with a sigil I have not seen before, the mark of the White Hand. It may be the symbol of this raiding party, but for all the hurt this band has inflicted upon Mossward, they were still few in number and disorganized. What would they have need for such a sigil? None now, thanks to our efforts, but I still wonder. I will think upon this, Pine Lore. What meaning might this mark possess? What? Will you ask Ellery if she has seen this symbol before today? Alright, I will ask her about that. Oh, here we are. The White Hand? No, I have not seen the symbol before, and that troubles me. What new danger might this signify? Well, at least we are establishing that people close together are going to be asking us to jump back and forth between them. It's not Lotro if you don't have to do that. For now, we should help the folk of Mossward recover from this attack. I trust that you'll lend us your aid. You've become embroiled in this, just as I have. If it is the life of adventure that you seek, I assure you that you seem to have found it, or it has found you. You have become part of the larger world, Pine Lore, and it may prove different than the ones to which you lived until now. Dangers must be faced, and threats opposed, and overcome, if you are willing to strive against them. Not everyone is, but I judge that you will be no stranger to triumph and victory. And so with this, I get the milestone skill and the novice trait, which means that this is the first tutorial that gives these, because the other tutorials, they just sent you into a instanced world where you have to go for a few levels before you get your novice title. But here you get it at level 1. Now we are in the main game world. So it's directly here rather than going through an Archit-like instance that we would have before if we took the other option for which tutorial we wanted to do. And it looks like Meneldir has a quest for us.
Some of Mossward's residents sustained injuries we cannot heal.
Some of the residents sustained injuries that we can't heal, and they're beyond our aid. We will mourn for them later, but now we must focus upon those that we can help. Meneldir hands you a small bundle of bandages and a pouch of bitter-smelling salve. This is the last of my supplies, but there is no reason to save it for another day. Bring these bandages and the salves to the injured residents nearby. It is my hope that their hurts will not prove serious, and that these will ease their pain and their injuries. Alright? In return for that, I get a set of gloves. So treat 3 injured residents. I will presume that we do not treat the injured orcs or urukai. Manon? There we go. This bandage is just what I needed. Thank you, stranger. Yes, so now we will find the others. Now this is a prologue, so this is a new prologue quest. He doesn't look like he's in very good shape. I appreciate the help, but I think I'll just lie here for a moment. Oh, okay, he was savable. Alright, that is good to know. Now, there should be a third one around here somewhere. See, we have quest rings all over the place. I think I've already have this milestone. Actually, I think this has become my current home location is Mossward. Technically, yes, but right now it's showing a blank in there, so I might as well have the right icon in there. And now, I guess that the third one must be back where I was before, and I just somehow missed whoever is the poor person that is injured. Oh! Next to the gate! Over on here. Hreen. Treated injured. Ah, thank you. Or is it... Actually, I think it's just be Reen. Yeah. There you go. Well, he's examining the orc now.
Thank you for aiding the people of Mossward.
The people of Mossward sometimes look down upon the rangers that were once my kin, but they do welcome their aid when it is offered. My former chieftain Strider may say the distrust of such folk does not bother him, but if that is true, he's a better man than I am. A pained look crosses Meneldir's face. That is true for many reasons, Pine Lord. I have not called the Dunedain my kin for some time now, but I would never question Strider's integrity or his courage. Look here. The Uruk that led the band has something in his hand. See if you could wrest it from his grip. Alright. Well, his grip is probably not going to be very, very strong now that he's dead. He wrests a scrap of parchment from the Uruk's death grip.
A scrap of parchment? You had better read it.
Perhaps this parchment will tell us why this Uruk led this raiding party to Mossward. This seems to be a rather popular spot for people to run through at the moment because they're coming in all over the place. Alright, where were we? Actually, let me get to the side so I won't be run over by a horse or anything like that. Alright, no, I am not fluent in black speech. How did you know? Yeah, that's... Well, I don't understand a word that said.
Let's see if this parchment holds any clues for us.
Menelder briefly studies the crumpled parchment, but when he looks up, he's disappointed. I can't read much of this. If this were an ordinary day, I would be grateful to have no reason to understand the black speech, but on this day is a new cause for frustration. Hold on. What has happened to this Uruk's blade? It did not fall from his body unless my eyes were somewhat deceived. You hear the shouts of excited yelling of children to the northwest. Ooh? What's going on here? Oh, these children right over here, I guess they're saying. I think I found the blade. That's a pretty big blade for that boy. A crowd of children gathers around Tegwin as his vigorous... It's a vicious blade that he has found. Ah, Tegwin. What do you want, stranger? No, I am not giving you this sword. It is so much better than the wooden sword that I was using before. I found it, and it belongs to me now. My father says that when you're in a battle, you get to keep the spoils, and I stood up to those Uruks even when the town guard wouldn't. If anyone should get to keep that Uruk's blade, it's me. Well, wait a moment. You're an adventurer, right? If you promise to help train me in the adventuring arts, maybe I'll give you the sword. I'm not saying that I will, you understand? I'm saying maybe. It'll depend on how good your training is. So, what's my first lesson, stranger? What's the first thing I need to know to become an adventurer? What's the first thing he needs to know? How does one become an adventurer? It's an interesting technique for teaching us the game, in that having us in the role of teaching someone else. How's that going to work? We have to find that out in the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.